Namaste, I'm Ganesh Raut. Welcome to you all in this virtual class of English grammar. Dear students, yesterday you were given some works to do at home. I hope you are sitting with the answers of the questions given to you. To here with the answers. So dear students, you will get your answers matched with the answers here. Okay. See, the first question was, I drink coffee every morning. The answer is, I drink coffee every morning. Simple present tense, because every morning there shows the habit of the person here. Okay. Second question, he teaches for 6 months by the end of next month. The answer is, he will have been teaching us. Future perfect continuous tense, because 4 plus period of time and 5 plus point of time are together here. He knows the action will be on progress in the future and into. Number 3, he walked in the field all yesterday. Answer is, he was working past continuous tense because of all yesterday here. Next, listen someone sing next door. Answer is, listen someone is singing next door. Present continuous tense because of listen here. The word of attraction. By 2040, the men land on Mars. By 2040, the men will have landed. Future perfect tense, because by plus future point of time. It shows the action will be completed here. Shilpa painted a picture. Have a look at it. Shilpa has painted a picture. Have a look at it. See, present perfect tense here. Why? Because its effect is here. Have a look at it. Nuru had painted her picture before you paint. Nuru had painted, because this is the earlier action. This is the latter action. This is the second action. This is the first action. With the first action past perfect tense there. If second action is in simple past, then. Next question, the tree fell in the next storm. It has been lying for a long time. The answer is, the tree is going to fall. Going to plus one is used because it's a prediction. Based on this prediction is made over here. Next, Nancy goes to the cinema every Saturday. The answer is, she goes to the cinema every Saturday. Every Saturday shows the habit, a routine work, a fixed timetable. So she goes. At present, medical science work on the vaccine of COVID-19. At present, medical science is working here. Present continuous, because we have at present the word of attraction over here. So that's why present continuous here. And the last question was, by next year they read in this school for several years. Yeah. So by next year, the answer is, by next year they will have been reading future perfect continuous tense in this school for several years, because by plus period of time and 4 plus period of time are together here. So in this way, we saw these questions, and today, dear students, we will talk on the sequence of tense. That's the part of tense. So let's see how to use the tense if we have 2 clauses together. Sequence of tense. Sequence of tense means order of tense. Order, crumb. Order of tense. Yeah. I mean here crumb. So while talking about the sequence of tense, I think we must know a clause first. What is a clause?
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to GFX Mentor.
What's a clause? Okay. Let me give you an example here. He was reading a book when I reached there. See, dear students, it is a sentence. Okay? It's a complex sentence. Complex sentence. Okay. The sentence is made of two clauses here. One is this was, he was reading a book. Another is when he is there. So what is now a clause? It is a clause and this one is another clause. So what is a clause now? So dear student, you can say clause is a group of words, isn't it? Yes. So write please here, clause is a group of words having a subject and this is a predicate. Having a subject and a predicate, which is not a sentence but the part of a sentence. This whole is the sentence, it is just a part of the sentence which forms the part of a sentence. Yes, this is what a clause is. I know clause is of two types here, principal clause and subordinate clause. Principal clause and another is subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. Now what is the principal clause? See here. For the time being, I will cover this. What's left here now? He was reading a book. He was reading a book. Yeah, this is the main clause. And what about the meaning of this clause? Is the meaning complete? Complete. He was reading a book. The meaning is complete here. So this is a principal clause. This is a principal clause. Whereas if I cover this, now see here, when I reach there, is the meaning complete? No. The meaning of this depends upon this main clause. So this is a subordinate clause. I mean the clause which stands on its own. The clause which doesn't depend upon another clause for its completion is called the principal clause. Whereas the clause which depends upon the principal clause for its completion is called the subordinate clause. So please, for your memory here, right here, the clause which doesn't depend upon the another clause, upon another clause right here, upon another clause, the clause which does not depend upon other clause is called the principal clause. But whereas the clause which depends upon the principal clause is called the subordinate clause there. So principal clause, that's why principal clause is also known as an independent clause. Independent clause, because it is independent. See, the meaning of it is complete in itself without it. So this is called an independent clause or main clause too. Main clause. Whereas this is called dependent clause. Dependent clause. Yes. So this is how we understood here what is principal clause and what is subordinate clause. Principal clause means the clause which stands on its one, which doesn't depend upon another clause for its completion, for its meaning, whereas the subordinate clause depends upon the principal clause for its meaning. Okay. After this, we will come to the sequence of tense here. So here sequence of tense 1. Let's see here first. This tense, see here. Principal clause, and I will write here subordinate clause. See, if I am controlling you here, if principal clause is in present tense or future tense, then see an example here. He says that, see, which clause is this? Principal clause, and the clause which brings to that will be the subordinate clause. If we have simple present tense in the principal clause or present tense in the principal clause, you can use any tense in subordinate clause. You can use here past tense, you can use here present tense, you can use here future tense according to the sense. You can use any tense in the subordinate clause. That will be right. Let's see here. He says that he is reading a book. Let's see here. Or you can write, he says that he was reading a book. It's too right here. It's too grammatically right. See. Or you can write, he says that he will be reading a book. See. So if we have, if we see this, they are all called subordinate clause. So if we have present tense in principal clause, you can use any tense in subordinate clause. Similarly, if we have simple future here or future here, like Ram will say, it is simple future, it's a principal clause, that he is very good. Finished. Or you can write, Ram will say that he was very good. It is too right. Or you can write, he will be very good. Yes. So, what's my point is, if principal clause is in present tense or future tense, then you can use any tense in the subordinate clause. Okay. Whereas, let's see here. If like again a principal clause and subordinate clause. See, if principal clause is in past tense, then dear students, you must have past in the subordinate clause to here. You can't use simple present or future in the subordinate clause. It's also to be in the past. See, he said that he would come. According to the sense, you use past tense over here. That, and we are already gone through general rules of the usage of tense that will be used over there. He said that he had already completed the work. See here. See, it is principal clause is in past tense, so they are also to be in past here. But some exceptions are there. Let's see the exceptions here. Even principal clause is in past. If we have universal truth, general truth, scientific theories, principles, inherent quality characteristics, then present tense is used in the subordinate clause. Even principal clause is in past, that doesn't matter. Let's see examples. He said that. He said this is the principal clause and it is in past. But if you have any universal truth here in subordinate clause, that's to be in simple present tense. See, he said that the earth moves around the sun. So see here, simple present tense is used here in this subordinate clause. Why? Because this is the universal truth. Universal truth. That's why. See next here. He said that honesty is the best policy. See here, again, principal clause is in past, but we have here simple present tense in subordinate clause. Why? Because it is a proverb. It is a proverb. So, if we have universal truth, eternal truth, general truth, scientific theories and principles, inherent quality and characteristics, then that will be in present tense. Even PC is in simple past tense. That doesn't matter. Okay. Now let's see sequence 2. They were all under sequence 1. Let's see sequence 2 here. Sequence number 2. Dear students, see here. Subordinate clause here comes at first here. Subordinate clause. It begins with when here. I am focusing on time clause here. And principal clause. Principal clause. See dear students, if subordinate clause, I am telling you the structure first. If subordinate clause is in simple past, subordinate means here beginning with when, then what tense will be in the principal clause? If subordinate clause is in simple past, you must use past in the principal clause. But there are 4 divisions of past tense. So which one is to be used? Let's see here. We can use simple past, past continuous, past perfect, or past perfect continuous. I mean, if subordinate clause beginning with when is in simple past tense, let's see one example first. When I jam the brake, this is the subordinate clause. Subordinate clause beginning with when here. See, which tense is here? Simple past. So, what is the tense to be used here? Past tense. Either simple past, past continuous, past perfect, or past perfect continuous. You cannot use, present tense or future tense over here. Future tense or present tense alag. That is to be understood here. Either use simple past, past continuous, past perfect, or past perfect continuous. But which one is to be used? Dear students, remember that if we have simultaneous action here, then simple past. Simultaneous action. Then simple past. For the ongoing action, past continuous. For the earlier action, past perfect, or for the action continued over a period of time. Action continued over a period of time with this past perfect continuous. Let's see here. When I jammed the brake, the motorcycle stopped. It is the simultaneous action. When you jam the brake, motorcycle stops. Both actions occurred simultaneously here in the past. That's why simple past over here. So if we have a simultaneous action, then simple past. See next example. When I saw him, see here. Which clause is this? Subordinate clause. Beginning with when. Which tense is over here? Simple past. Then, if we have an ongoing action, then that is to be in past continuous tense. See here. When I saw him, he was running to the winning post. Winning post. See, it's the principal clause. And past continuous tense is used here because this action was going on. And in between, this occurred here. That's why it is in simple past, and for the ongoing action, past continuous tense is used here. Similarly, see next here. When the doctor arrived, the patient had already died. See, dear students, this is the earlier action. This action occurred first, then this. Did the doctor arrive first or patient died first? Patient died first. It is the earlier action. That's why it is to be in past perfect tense here. If we have simple past tense in subordinate clause, then principal clause will have past perfect tense if there is an earlier action. This is the first action. This is the second action. Similarly, see the last example. When I woke up or got up, you can write anyone. When I got up, it had been raining for 2 hours. See, dear students, when I got up, it's a simple past tense, subordinate clause. And this is the past perfect continuous. Why? Because this action was on progress in the past for 2 hours. That's the past perfect continuous tense. So, what's the conclusion again here? If subordinate clause is in simple past, then principal clause will have either simple past, past continuous, past perfect, or past perfect continuous tense. Simple past for the simultaneous action, past continuous for the ongoing action, past perfect for the early action, and past perfect continuous for the action that continued over a period of time in the past. Okay, let's see next sequence. Sequence 3. It is sequence number 3. See, principal clause, and we have here subordinate clause. subordinate clause. It's beginning with while here. While. Remember one thing. While clause is always to be in continuous tense. Continuous tense. But which continuous? Okay. That is controlled by the tense of principal clause. Let's see here. I'll write example first here, right? He always calls me while I am sleeping. See, dear students here. What is the principal clause here? Which tense is here? Simple present tense here. And here, in subordinate clause, present continuous tense is here. Yes. So, if subordinate clause is in continuous tense, then principal clause is to be in simple present. Or if simple present tense in the principal clause, then there should be present continuous tense in the subordinate clause. I mean, if principal clause is in the simple present tense, simple present tense, then there should be present continuous. Present continuous tense. Because this tense is controlled by the tense of principal clause. If you have simple present tense here, there should be present continuous tense in the while clause. Definitely. Whereas, if we have simple past here, simple past tense in the principal clause, then there should be past continuous tense in the while clause. See here. He or she, he knocked the door while I see. Which tense is here? Simple past. That's why there should be past continuous tense here. Because its tense is always controlled by the tense of principal clause here. And principal clause has simple past tense. That's why there should be past continuous. He knocked the door while I was doing my homework. Yes. Okay. Let's see next sequence number 4 here. See here. Again write here principal clause. First write subordinate clause here. Subordinate clause and write here principal clause. Subordinate clause means here the clause beginning with by the time. By the time. See here. If subordinate clause is in simple present tense, then there should be future perfect tense in the principal clause. Because let's see example. By the time I reach there, by the time I reach there, this is subordinate clause and which tense here? Simple present tense here. So it shows this action will be completed, will have been completed. So he will have gone. By the time I reach there, he will have gone out. So this is the main clause, principal clause, and future perfect tense is over there. Similarly, dear students, if we have simple past tense in the subordinate clause beginning with by the time, like by the time by the time I reached again, he had already gone out. See. So again past perfect tense. So past perfect tense is in the principal clause. So What's now conclusion here? If subordinate clause beginning with by the time is in simple present tense, there should be future perfect tense in principal clause. If subordinate clause beginning with by the time is in simple past tense, then there should be past perfect tense in the principal clause there. Okay, let's see next sequence. Sequence number 5. Sequence number 5. Okay, let's see here. Distance. If we have wish or wishes, that's in the principal clause, let's say. Don't write a principal clause. Wish and wishes, they are followed by simple past or past perfect. Simple past, let's see example here. I wish, I wish means I wish that also here. You can say this is the principal clause, right? Principal clause, and here subordinate clause. So if we have simple present tense with the verb wish, then there should be simple past. If it shows present, wish, then wish at present. I wish I were a word. Here wish, here it shows wish at present, wish at present. So if wish shows wish at present, then there should be simple past. But it is hypothetical, that's why singular subject takes plural verb were here. See the next here. He wishes he had been to London. See, past perfect tense is used here. Why? If it shows regret. पश्चाताप देखायो भने चाहिँ you can use past perfect tense after wish. If it shows wish, then simple past tense is used after wish there. Whereas if you have wished, then wished in principal clause, then it takes past perfect tense. Past perfect tense, like he wished he had won the game. This is the sequence number 5. Let's see. Very few points are here now. Sequence number 7. Again here principal clause, and we have here subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. The subordinate clause that begins with as if or as though. So dear students, if you have principal clause is in simple present tense. Simple present tense. Like he talks. See here. He talks simple present tense. This is the principal clause. As if. Then we have here simple past tense. Simple past tense is used here. Why? Because as if and as though shows the unreal, something that is contradictory to the fact. That's why there should be simple past tense. He talks as if he were my boss. So what is tense used here? Simple past. Simple past tense. Why? Because these two shows something unreal or contrary or contradiction to the fact. That's why we must use simple past tense, and there too singular subject takes plural verb because it's unreal past also there. Whereas she behaves as though she knew everything. She knew everything. So again, same thing. But if we have simple past tense in the principal clause, simple past tense, there should be past perfect tense in the subordinate clause beginning with as if or as though. Past perfect tense. See, he talked as if he had traveled the world. Traveled the world. Okay. Now let's do the last point. Okay. Last. See here example. Sequence number 7 here. Just see the example here. He goes to the market and buys some vegetables. See dear students, here two clauses are here. He goes to the market and buys some vegetables. These two clauses are joined by and here with the same subject. So what is here? What I mean to say here, two clauses are joined by and with the same subject and same tense is used in both the clauses. See here, we have simple present tense here and simple present tense here. If two clauses are joined by and with the same subject, then same tense is used in both the clauses. तर when exception है exception exception. See here, he in bracket write come yesterday and visit you tomorrow. See dear students, again here two clauses are joined by and with the same subject, no doubt, but there are different time intervals. So if there are different time intervals, dear students, then according to the time intervals tense is used. You cannot use the tense in both the clauses here. According to the time intervals, tense is used here. So we just start a simple past. So what answer? He came. We just start a simple past. That's what came. He came yesterday, and now tomorrow is tense. Simple future. So we'll visit you tomorrow. Okay. So the last now. Last. Okay. Last. Okay. Last is there is a principal clause. Right here, subordinate clause. Principal clause and subordinate clause. It's dear students, if principal clause is an imperative sentence, and we have lest you within the subordinate clause, then what will be the structure? See here. Walk carefully lest you fall. Suppose is your question. What tense should you use over here? So dear students, if we have an imperative sentence in the principal clause, then in the clause that begins with less text, we use shall plus verb. Answer here. Walk carefully lest you should fall. So less text should plus be in the subordinate clause. Okay, these are most frequently used sequence in English. There are several others too, but they are mostly used in English. That's why I have talked about them all. Thank you. Now you go through the exercises. If you have any problems, consult to your school. I will help you over there. Okay, that's all. Thank you.